In our busy lives, we all want to be happy, but we get stressed and worried and forget something important. A truly happy life comes from being calm and peaceful on the inside. The human spirit is like a tightly wound spring. It can only handle so much pressure before it loses its ability to bounce back. When we allow ourselves to relax and let go of worry, we open up a world of possibilities. Imagine a still pond, its surface perfectly mirroring the world around it. Now imagine the same pond, disturbed by a flurry of stones, its waters murky and chaotic. Which state is a truer reflection of reality? Our minds work the same way. When consumed by worry, our thoughts become muddled, our judgment clouded. But when we cultivate inner peace, we gain clarity, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with grace and wisdom. When we relinquish the need to control every outcome, we create space for the unexpected to unfold. We become more receptive to new ideas, more adaptable to change, and ultimately, more successful in our endeavors. In the animal kingdom, a bird builds its nest high in the canopy, hidden from the watchful eyes of predators. It does this not out of selfishness, but from an innate understanding that its most precious treasures are best kept safe. Happiness, that most prized possession, can be a fragile thing. When we share our good fortune too freely, we risk attracting unwanted attention, jealousy, envy, even resentment. This is not to say we should live in a state of secrecy or isolation. Rather, it's a reminder to be mindful of whom we share our joys with. True happiness flourishes in the fertile ground of gratitude and humility. In the grand tapestry of life, our individual journeys often resemble threads, appearing and disappearing, their ultimate destination unknown. We may find ourselves at crossroads, faced with difficult choices, unsure of which path to take. It is in these moments of uncertainty that the virtue of patience reveals its true value. Like a gardener tending to their seeds, we must learn to trust in the natural unfolding of things. To rush the process to force growth only leads to disappointment. Instead, we must cultivate patience, allowing life to unfold at its own pace, knowing that even in apparent setbacks, a larger plan is at work. To embrace patience is to surrender to the wisdom of the universe, trusting that time will reveal all. Imagine two tuning forks, each calibrated to a specific frequency. When one fork is struck, its vibrations resonate through the air, causing the other fork to vibrate in sympathy. This is the principle of resonance, like attracts like. When we cultivate a high frequency of joy, gratitude, and love, we attract experiences into our lives that resonate with those vibrations. Conversely, when we dwell in negativity, fear, and resentment, we attract experiences that mirror those lower frequencies. Happiness is not merely an emotion. It is a state of being, a conscious choice we make in each and every moment. It is a deliberate effort to focus on the good, to find joy in the simple things, to approach life with an open heart and a grateful spirit. In the animal kingdom, a mother bird will nudge her fledgling towards the edge of the nest, encouraging its first flight. She does this not out of cruelty, but out of love, knowing that true strength comes from facing one's fears and developing one's own wings. While our instinct may be to rush in and offer assistance at the first sign of struggle, we must remember that everyone has their unique path to walk, their own lessons to learn. If we intervene too soon, we risk robbing others of the opportunity to discover their own resilience, to develop their own inner strength. This is not to say we should be indifferent to the suffering of others. Rather, it's a call to cultivate a compassionate detachment, to offer support and encouragement without attempting to control the outcome. When we trust in the ability of others to navigate their own challenges, we empower them to discover their own solutions, to emerge from adversity stronger and wiser. Deep within each of us lies a wellspring of inner strength, a reservoir of resilience often left untapped. We are capable of far more than we often realize, yet we frequently look outward for solutions, seeking validation and guidance from others, when the answers we seek reside within. Like a muscle that grows stronger with use, our capacity for self-reliance is cultivated through practice. Each time we face a challenge head-on, each time we summon the courage to trust our intuition, we tap into this inner wellspring, drawing upon a strength we never knew we possessed. When we embrace self-reliance, we become the architects of our own destiny, consciously and deliberately shaping the course of our lives. We move through the world with a newfound sense of agency, knowing that we have the power to overcome obstacles and create the life we desire. In the heart of a raging storm, as the winds howl and the rain beats down relentlessly, it is an act of wisdom to seek shelter. We wouldn't stand exposed in the open, buffeted by the elements. Instead, we would find refuge, a place of respite where we could weather the storm in peace. When adversity strikes, when we face challenges that test our resolve, our instinct is often to react, to lash out, to speak our minds in the heat of the moment. Yet, just as a raging fire can be extinguished by depriving it of oxygen, so too can many conflicts be resolved, or at the very least, prevented from escalating by embracing the power of silence. Silence is not about suppressing our voices or ignoring our feelings. It is about creating space for reflection, for allowing our emotions to settle so that we may respond to challenges with clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting in haste. Nature provides us with the perfect example of the ebb and flow of energy. The tides roll in and out, the seasons change, even the sun itself has cycles of activity and rest. Just as these natural rhythms govern the physical world, so too do our own internal rhythms influence our energy levels and productivity. There will be times when we are brimming with boundless energy, our minds sharp, our motivation high. These are the times to push forward, to tackle challenging tasks, to make the most of our peak state. Yet there will also be times when our energy wanes, when our minds and bodies crave rest and rejuvenation. When viewed from a broader perspective, most of the challenges we encounter in life are but scratches on the surface of our being. They may sting for a while, they may leave their mark, but they rarely have the power to truly break us. When we're in the midst of hardship, it's easy to lose sight of this. Our problems can loom large, casting a shadow over our lives. Yet it is in these very moments that we must remind ourselves of the impermanence of all things. Just as a scratch on our skin will eventually heal, so too will the wounds of the heart mend with time and care. Imagine a young sapling growing at the edge of a forest. It reaches for the sunlight, eager to fulfill its potential. Yet, in its path stands a mighty oak, its branches casting a wide shadow that threatens to stifle the sapling's growth. At first glance, the oak tree appears to be an obstacle, hindering the sapling's progress. But what if the oak's presence is actually a form of protection? What if its shade shields the sapling from the scorching sun, allowing it to develop strong roots before facing the full force of the elements? Sometimes we are denied what we think we want most. As we navigate the intricate tapestry of life, may we remember that true happiness is not a destination, but a journey.